automation technology, e.g. in production plants, maximum reliability of the components and thus of the networks, as well as short commissioning times and maintenance windows of the machines are important. Standstills or delays always mean financial losses here. The devices of the SCALANCE S product family support you in avoiding them. These industrial security appliances protect industrial networks and automation systems by segmenting the network and by setting up secure communication channels. As a router with integrated firewall, you can connect SCALANCE S devices between the automation cells, which are often identically structured, and overlaid network levels. However, if the router fails due to a malfunction, all communication is interrupted and the automation cell is no longer accessible. By designing this critical network point redundantly, such a single point of failure can be avoided. The underlying principle is the Virtual Router Redundany Protocol, or short VRRP. The way it works is to provide a virtual router as a gateway for the end devices, behind which there are concretely two routers. One of these routers takes over the role of the master and thus the routing. The other router constantly checks whether the master is still active as a backup. If the master router fails, the backup router with VRRP takes over. However, communication to the lower-level automation cells is interrupted for a short time and must be re-established. This deficit can be solved with Firewall State Synchronization. With this technology, all active connections of the master are always transmitted to the backup router as well. This is realized via so-called states, which generate the active connections when establishing a connection and save them on the devices. This way, both devices always have all active connections in mind, and the interruption of one connection does not affect the overall communication. Thanks to Firewall State Synchronization, the firewall on the backup router is immediately running, communication is not disrupted, and the cell remains accessible.